Oh, hey guys, welcome back to Rob's Arcade. I'm your host, Rob French. Don't go anywhere. We got a really cool episode coming right up.
Rob's Arcade, Rob's Arcade, where the games get played and the games get saved so they can be played on another day. Rob's Arcade.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Rob's Arcade. I'm your host, Rob French. Hanging out here with you on this very beautiful, very chilly, very cool Monday. Got a little bit of a tease at some nice spring weather. We're getting close, but we're not quite there yet. As we kick off this new month of March here on this Monday, March 3rd. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Hopefully you guys have been doing all right. But yeah, it's Monday. And I haven't done a Monday motivational in quite some time. So I thought let me go ahead and touch base with you guys, see how you're doing, let you know that I'm still around, I'm still doing all right. And just shoot a little motivation your way. It's very almost poetic justice, if you will, that I am bringing you this video on this particular Monday. I actually had the intention of shooting some of this a little bit earlier, a little bit over the weekend. Just been a little busy. Time, of course, got away from me today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's already going on now 8 o'clock or so, and I hadn't touched base, and I wanted to do this because it's a very important Monday. Like I said, this past weekend I wanted to do a little filming and just been kind of busy with work and doing things, even when I'm off the clock. I'm still putting in work here and there, trying to just ate a bunch of chips, trying to figure out teen events, or just even answering emails and just different things like that. There's always something to do, something going on. But work's been going great. I just had a review last week, which I was a little nervous about. I wasn't really sure where I was. I felt like I was doing a good job and I felt like everything was going okay, but you're never really quite sure. And my supervisor said I was doing great. Their review of me and my assumption of what I've been doing was pretty much spot on. We were pretty much tit for tat on our reviews. I review myself, and then they go back and review after, and it was a really good review. Went really well. There's always some room for improvement. I think that's the case here, kind of with these Monday motivationals. There's always space to improve. There's always room to better yourself, help those around you. And so work's been going really well. Been super busy. But that's the main reason why I really just haven't had a chance to sit down and hang out with you guys. And I've also been thinking, if you guys need the motivation, the videos are here. They're already here in the channel. If you're feeling oh man, what's up with Robert's channel? You haven't really, just go back, watch one of my old videos, scroll through, find something, a video game clip or anything. You'll find something in there, and you don't have to wait for the new content. You don't have to wait for me to upload new stuff. You can go back and if you need that Monday motivation, just find one and hit it and click on it. But yeah, work's been going good. Just getting through the holidays was a little rough. On top of everything else I do with my job and working with the youth, we also sell Christmas trees during the holiday season, which is a little crazy, just a little bit more extra work, but it's one of my favorite things. It's really one of my favorite things about what I get to do and the job I have. And it's like a fundraiser aspect, selling Christmas trees, helping this youth group. But the really cool part is knowing that the Christmas trees we sell are like a part of people's homes and like their Christmas like whatever I'm like putting like, guys, we need, you know, some help selling trees. It's not like we just need help moving and wrapping up trees. You guys are going to get volunteer hours, but the main thing is you're going to make somebody's Christmas amazing. Like the work you put in, the help you give is going to go into those Christmas memories. And it's just a really cool aspect of my job. I've, you know, sold families their 15th Christmas tree from that tree lot. I've sold them their first Christmas tree from that tree lot. There was a really sweet Asian couple last year who they were like, yeah, this is our first tree. And I was thinking as a couple, you know, they were a young couple. I was like, as a couple? And they're like, no, this is our first Christmas tree like ever. Like we've never had a Christmas tree. And that made me tear up just knowing the fact that like I got to sell them their very first Christmas tree. So that was a really cool piece. The holidays in general were pretty cool. You know, just recently turned 45, which was pretty epic. Got to play my very first game of D&D, which was really amazing. I had a great time doing that. So I've pretty much like gone from Lego and comics and video games and everything, and now like, you know, I've completed that circle of nerdism with like the D&D stuff. I've gotten some cool teen events done, some really cool like retro game nights, some really cool movie nights, Lego things going on. I mean, it's just been a really cool few months at work, just some really good, snow like crazy. It's been really messed up the work schedule, working with teens and all of that, and not having school and class because of snow days and what have you has kind of screwed everything up. But I mean, everything's been going really good. Everything's been just jiving, super solid. But I wanted to put this video out because I've been doing some cool stuff like podcasting type stuff with my job. And I've got a really big, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Production, kind of like I got a big gig coming up tomorrow, and I'm nervous. I'm really nervous about it, but that's kind of like what this is all about, like that being scared and not really sure, not really knowing and all of that, but still trying to find the strength and the, like, you know, the courage to like push on through. So that's why I wanted to kind of share tonight with you guys, because it's not always about just like, hey, do the thing that makes you feel like you're going to be a better person and just do it. It's not always that easy. Sometimes, you know, you're truly scared and truly terrified. So I wanted to take a few moments and kind of talk with you guys through some of that on this Monday Motivation. Oh, so where was it? Oh yeah, so doing a video where, you know, I'm actually kind of nervous and scared, I thought would be more you know, beneficial than just a video about me like, hey, you know, give up this or do this different. But it all very much is a part of the whole. You know, I've mentioned before and stressed before some of the life changes that I've made, some of the things I've decided to give up, and then some of the things I've decided to replace those things with, you know, giving up the drinking and deciding to get in shape and work out. Still like to drink from time to time, except when I do, it's typically something fun like a Liquid Death water. Even though they do look like, I've gotten called out at work drinking Liquid Death before, like, dude, what are you doing? I still hit the bars from time to time, but when I'm hitting the bars, they're typically weight bars. I go to cocktail, shaken, not stirred, as a protein drink. Making those choices have gotten me to where I am. And, you know, one of the things I'm able to do now, working with the youth, is we have a podcast studio that we're trying to figure out, like, what does that look like to give the teens, the, you know, high school students who are getting ready to go into college, who are getting ready to go into the workforce, to give them a background and some knowledge into filming, editing. The whole world is kind of going, I mean, even this, you know, YouTube video, the whole world is kind of going to this idea of, getting information and sharing your love and your thoughts to a bigger, broader audience. And that's kind of what we want to do. We want the youth, the teens, people to not only share their stories and their message and the things that inspire them with others, but give them the skills that if they want to do this as a job, if they just want to have fun with it, if they want to, learn some skills that they can apply to something they may do in college, that would be great too. So through all of this, I've got an opportunity to kind of get my feet wet in podcasting, and I've got a pretty big job tomorrow. And I've done a little bit here and there and kind of figuring it out, and been playing around with it and having some fun. And all weekend, gearing up and doing other things, and it's in the back of my head, kind of like floating around, and using YouTube as a tool to look up other people who stream and make videos, and what does it look like using the OBS system, and what does it look like using this, and what is all these different things, like, how do they meet together? But I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's one of those things, like it freaks me out. And I've had a few other things, and every time you go into it, it's kind of scary, but I think that's good. Like, it's not one of those things where, like, oh man, I'm freaking out and I'm coming down on myself. I think it would be wrong if I wasn't, like if I was going into something like this, something this big with this many people, looking to me, to kind of help with this, and I wasn't nervous at all. Like, I think that would be a problem. I think that would be an issue. But the fact that I am nervous, and it does mean so much to me, I think is a good thing. I think, I just recently heard an interview with Tom Hanks talk about some of his, like stepping on the set after all these years, and what's that like, and do you still get nervous? Do you still freak out? And he's like, well, yeah, of course. Like, if I didn't get nervous, if I didn't freak out, like, there'd be something wrong with that. Like, there'd be something kind of wrong if you weren't like a little nervous, if you weren't a little, so, going into this tomorrow, I just really want to do a good job. That's all I really want. And I'm sure I'll knock it out. But it's really interesting because it's like one of those double-edged swords where it's like, this is something I've always wanted, like for a long, long time. For, and you could ask my cousin, like, I've been wanting to do a podcast with him, for quite some time, even before I moved to Florida and all this, just cause, like, two cousins, just like sharing our thoughts and whatever. And we never got around to it. He keeps his jewels in his wife's purse. And we never got a weekend where we were able to get together and do this kind of a thing. But it's always been something that's been on my plate that I've wanted to do. And here I am. I'm getting a chance to do it. Like, this is, and exactly what I was talking about, making those decisions, making those changes will pay off in ways that you're not even aware of. You're not even... When I went in to get a gym membership, and when I went in to, apply for a job, checking people out, or, checking them in, really. I usually check people out while I'm working out. But just getting a job, checking them in, and having that snowball into so many other things. And now where I get a chance to work with, like I said, the youth, and having something like podcasting be something that I've wanted to be involved in. The whole reason why I do these little videos with you guys is, an attempt of some sort of like a podcast, or just an outlet to share my thoughts and get some comments and some feedback from all of you. But, here we are. Like I said, I made that decision to, the decision to change my life, to give up drinking, to make the right decisions, to start living a right and a righteous path. And it's turned into a great career, not just a job, but a great career, a place where I'm supported, a great community. And there are little things like this, podcast I'm able to do. I was in a commercial. The relationships I've been able to have with these guys is amazing. I mentioned a lot of the things that I was able to do. I got to see some of them in their school plays after winter break. And, one girl in private school who helps out with the tutoring program wrote a article about the program, and it was sweet enough to interview me and include me in the article. They've given me beautiful gifts for Christmas, coffee mugs, because they know how much I love coffee. Walking into my office and finding a Valentine on my desk just full of chocolates and candy from those kids, and them seeking me out in the gym. Can you come give me a spot? And it's little sweet moments like that that make it all worth it, but it's because of those decisions to do better and to improve and to be there for other people. I didn't give up drinking just for me. I did it for me, but I continued to do it because I realized that being the best me is the only way I can be there for other people. And as scary and as crazy as some of these adventures are, I remember being scared. I remember being scared for my interview. I remember being scared my first day. I remember being scared my last, evaluation for my job. It's okay to be scared. It's all right, because in the end, everything works out. If you have the faith, believe in yourself, and just keep true, everything will be okay and everything will work out. It's continued to do so far, and it has continued to do so far, and I believe it will continue to do so. So I'm gonna wrap it up right there with that. I hope you really guys, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really glad I was able to share this with you, and I feel like, again, this was important to take this time away to have some experiences and come back and share all these things with you and put it all in perspective, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Wish me luck tomorrow. I'll let you know how it goes. And until next time, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And until next time, don't spend that quarter anywhere else. Leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Take care. Peace out. Love you.